Edward De Bono's lateral thinking. Introduction. Lateral thinking is closely related to insight, creativity, and humor. All four processes have the same basis, but whereas insight, creativity, and humor can only be prayed for, lateral thinking is a more deliberate process. It is as definite a way of using the mind as logical thinking, and a very different way. Culture is concerned with establishing ideas. Education is concerned with communicating those established ideas. Both are concerned with improving ideas by bringing them up to date. The only available method for changing ideas is conflict, which works in two ways. In the first way, there is a head on confrontation between opposing ideas. One or other of the ideas achieve a practical dominance over the other idea, which is suppressed but not changed. In the second way, there is a conflict between new information and the old idea. As a result of this conflict, the old idea is supposed to be changed. This is the method of science, which is always seeking to generate new information to upset the old ideas and bring about new ones. It is more than the method of science, it is the method of human knowledge. Education is based on the safe assumption that only one has to go on collecting more and more information for it to sort itself into useful ideas. We have developed tools for handling the information. That is mathematics for extending it, logical thinking for refining it. The conflict method for changing ideas work well where the information can be evaluated in some objective manner. But the method does not work at all when the new information can only be evaluated through the old idea. Instead of being changed, the old idea is strengthened and made even more rigid. This was the first page of preface. Now we're heading towards the use of this book. Use of this book. This book is not intended to introduce a new subject, nor is it intended to acquaint the reader with what is happening in a certain field. The book is meant to be used. It is meant to be used by the reader for his own sake, and Thoreau, the teacher, for the sake of the students. Age. The processes described in this book are basic ones. They apply to all ages and to all different levels of learning. I have used some of the most elementary demonstration on the most sophisticated of groups such as advanced computer programmers, and they have not felt that they were wasting their time. The more sophisticated the group, the better it is able to abstract the process from the particular form in which it is demonstrated. While the lower age group enjoys the item for its own sake, the older age groups look more closely at the point behind it. Although the simpler items are applicable to all age groups, the more complicated items may only be of use to more senior groups. In the younger age groups, the visual form is much more effective than the verbal, since a child can always attempt to express something visually, and more importantly, to understand something that has been expressed visually. From the age of 7 right up to and through university education, and the lateral thinking process is relevant. This may seem a wide age group, but the process is as basic as logical thinking, and clearly the relevance of this is not limited to a particular age group. In a similar manner, the relevance of lateral thinking cuts across the distinction of subject, even more than that mathematics. Lateral thinking is relevant whether one is studying science or engineering or history or English. It is because of this general application that the material used in this book does not require the background of any particular subject. An attempt should be made to develop lateral thinking attitude as a habit of mind at least from the age of 7 onwards. The actual application of this idea expressed in this book to a particular age level must depend to some extent on the experience of the teacher in presenting the material in an appropriate form. The two usual mistakes in this regard are: first, to assume that it is obvious and that everyone thinks laterally anyway; second, to assume that it is rather a special subject and not of use or relevance to everyone. The practical aspect of the book does get more complex as one proceeds through the book. This is apart from the background material intended for the teacher. In general, the first part of the practical material is suitable for 7-year-olds, and the later parts are suitable for anyone. This is not to imply that the first part is only suitable for young children or the other lateral parts are only suitable for adults, but there is a way of putting over the lateral familiarity to any age group.